So let's look at how to create and configure a child account. So what is a child account? Very briefly, this is identical to your main parent account, with one exception: it doesn't have a buy credits facility. Why would you use a child account? If you should really set up a child for each project. If you're a consultant or a coach or a trainer, then you might set up one for each client. If you're using it in-house, then you might set up a child account for each job that you're recruiting for. Anything that you would describe as an isolated project, because it then gives you full control over how you want to present that, so you can customize each child account to meet your specific requirements for the project, so you don't need to compromise on anything. As regards setting it up, it's really pretty straightforward. Just go into your normal parent account and go along till you come to Tools, and then in the Tools menu you may not have all these features, it depends what features, but if you have a feature available to you in your account, then you can also make that available to any of the child accounts that you create. So if you scroll right down until you come to Child Accounts, and I'll just highlight that, and you'll see there's a link here to add a new child account. So that's really straightforward. You just give it a name, give it a password, and that's how you create it. Very simple. What we are going to look at is how you configure a child account. So once you've created it, then you can come back in here and you will see a summary of the child account username, its password, and any credits that have been allocated or used by that child account. So let's just click on Configure. So now we can see we're going to configure child account. In this case, it's called Child Demo 1. So we know this is everything on this page now is going to be affecting this account. And so the first thing we'll do is we can assign a video guide. So in this case here, we're working with Interview Pro series, and we've activated the Interview Pro series guide. So we can do video 1, and we'll just do video 2 as well. And now we assign services. So in this case here, we're really just working with Interview Pro, so we'll just tick on that and we'll save that. So that's fine. And then we need to allocate reports. So again, this is the Interview Pro range that this account has, this parent account has access to. So we need to just look through this and decide which one or more we want to allocate to the child account. So in this case here, we've just allocated care worker and manager and team leader. We could add all of these, make them all available to the child account if we wanted to. And now we scroll down past that, and let's look at the additional features. So again, we'll just click on here. So these are all optional additional features, so unless you activate these, they will not be available in the child account. So the copy users is quite useful. It allows you to copy users from one account to another, so you can move an individual, you can copy their whole details from one child account to another, from a child to a parent, from a parent to a child. So it just allows you to click the copy button and redirect, copy those details into some other account. The auto report distribution to managers. This is essentially if you don't want managers logging into the control room, you just want to automatically send them a report each time that someone registers, then you can do that. Similarly, you can automatically provide a report to the end user, the person who completes the questionnaire, and you can do that automatically if you choose to do so. The transfer credit flag, well, that's always useful, because not only do you transfer credits from your parent to your child, but sometimes you want to move credits from the child back to the parent, or from one child account to another. So it allows you to move credits around. And one of the main reasons that we use child accounts is if you have a situation where you have a central purchasing, so only one person really is controlling the buying of credits, and not all the satellites who are using this system. So you may have a central purchasing in several offices, then you create child accounts for them, so the offices can use credits and work the system, but only central office can buy credits, so it allows central purchasing. The download user flag, well, that's really just if you want to download all your users as a CSV, which of course you can do. And email notification, again, really easy. It just literally tells you when someone registers by email. So you get to notify by email, saves you having to check the account every day. The landing page template, yep, let's add that. That essentially allows you to modify the text on the questionnaire page. And the custom ref flag you're not really going to use as a pretty advanced feature, so we'll not talk about that today. And the language display flag, unless you're going to be using multiple languages, don't really need to worry about that. The white label flag, well, this is if you're looking to embed the child account questionnaire into a website, then you might want to activate that and customize that. The custom report branding, this again is a pretty advanced feature, but if you're familiar with CSS and style sheets, then you can modify how a report actually looks. Again, it's more suitable for consultants and trainers. And of course, the last one of the most important actually, is the job application form flag. Really, it's not just the job application, this is the custom registration form. It's the registration form that end users are faced with at the end of the personality questionnaire, which is fully customizable. So again, you probably want that different for each project or each job role, depending on what you're doing. So another good reason to use child accounts. So we can just save that, and it'll tell you, okay, all those settings have been saved. And then finally is the credit transfer, and this is specifically transferring credits to this particular child account. And we can see here that the credits used is 0, credits available is 1. Let's just add another couple there. And there you go. You can see that the parent account has, if you look at this, the parent account currently has a balance of 80 Interview Pro credits, and the child account has used 0 so far, and it has 3 available. That is pretty much everything done to set up the child account. Now what you can do is you go over to the child account and open it and have a look at that, and you can modify those configurations further still. So now the important point to note here is you cannot have 2 control rooms, a parent and a child, open in the same browser at the same time. If you want to have both open at the same time, then you need to use 2 different types of browser, Firefox and Chrome and Explorer. It doesn't matter which browsers, they just need to be on different ones. It's not a fault in the system, it's purely a security issue. If you're logged into one account in the system, you can't be logged into another. Okay, so I've just logged into the child account now, and I've done this in a different browser, and the first thing you will see is the consent statement. So again, you have to, this is for GDPR, it's to do with data protection and privacy laws, so you have to comply with the consent statements when you log in for the first time. You're not asked to do that every time. Okay, so this is us now in the child account. Here we go, child demo 1, that was the one we were playing about with. And you can pretty much do everything that you normally do, and if you're familiar with the People Maps control room, you can see everything. So what you will notice then, the only thing that is missing is the buy credits, because the only way that the child account can have credits is if they are transferred from the parent, and that's very deliberate for the reasons we explained earlier. So once you're in here, then you can configure the account like you normally do. So you can go into Tools, and if you go into Tools, you can see here, okay, we can transfer credits from the child account elsewhere. We can copy users from the child account to other accounts, download the users, we can customize the registration form, custom form design, and of course we can set up email notifications. You can see the credits that are available. In this case, there's 3 available for Interview Pro. You can switch the report, so you can decide which report you want to activate. In this case, Care Worker is activated, but we could change that to this one if we wanted. So again, the child has a lot of control, a lot of flexibility, very customizable. The questionnaire, this questionnaire is unique to the child account, so it operates independently from the parent account. And of course you can upload your logo. You can see in this case example, I've just uploaded the eBay logo just to let you see how that would look. You can also shorten the URL, create your own thank you page, and even using the white label widget questionnaire, you can actually embed the whole experience in a box in a website, so that end users complete the questionnaire, the registration form and the thank you page, and it's all delivered within a single boxed area which you can embed within any website. So it pretty much has no mention of people maps. And of course there's the privacy statement, GDPR type stuff, so you can modify the privacy statement that is used by this child account, and it can be different for this child than it is from the parent. I say pretty much everything you want can be different from the parent if you want to do that. And of course the results. Now that's another good reason to use child accounts, is that it keeps all of the registered users for a specific project within the one silo, data silo. So you're not having to think, oh, did they apply for this job or was it that job? You don't need to worry about that sort of stuff. Everything relevant to the project is always in the one place, so it's easy to find and it doesn't get confused with anything else. So that's parent and child accounts. Very powerful tool, gives you a lot of flexibility.